Hello, I'm Valerie, and this is the Mama Val Show.
Mama Val. She has the answers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mama Val. If you need a mother figure to talk to, I'm here for you. It sometimes helps to talk to someone who will give you their heartfelt opinions to your questions. Just remember, the answers are my opinions. Today, I am excited to have with us Lenore Wells Sanders. She is Director of Social Services and a certified dementia practitioner for LifeBridge Health. She is also an adjunct professor at Coppin State University in Baltimore. She is the author of 2 books. Her latest book is a children's book called Trinity Bear and Dallas, which we will be discussing today. Lenore, thank you for sharing your book with us today. We are glad to have you. Can you tell me what made you decide to write a children's book?
Well, my grandchildren have always been an inspiration for my writing. My first book was to my oldest granddaughter, and my second book, Trinity Bear and Dallas, had a different perspective for my writing. Trinity was about maybe 2 or 3 at the time that her maternal grandmother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And because Trinity was so young, I knew she would probably not remember her grandmother. So I decided to write a book that would help her to remember, along with her brother, Dallas, the oldest brother, the one brother that she has. And I wrote this book so that throughout her lifetime, she would be able to reflect and learn about her grandma. And I wanted just for her to appreciate how her grandmother felt about her. And I wanted to bring an awareness to the topic, the subject of ovarian cancer. And that's basically the main reason why I wrote the book.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for your loss. I think it's a very admirable and an honor to honor their grandmother in that way. Mm-hmm. Without giving away the story, can you tell us about the book?
Okay, the story really it depicts the personalities of both of my grandchildren. Trinity, who is the youngest, all over the place, just rambunctious, and Dallas, the older brother, who actually hates the fact that he has to look out for his little sister, be mindful of everything that she more or less gets involved in, and his father admonishes him every day before school to watch out for his little sister. On one particular afternoon, when they were both sent on a train ride to West Virginia to visit their grandparents, me and their grandpa, Craig, my late husband, and something happens on the train ride. So the book is about what happens on that train ride and how Grandma Maddie somehow appears during a tragic event, but it ends up well, and I think it's exciting for all young children as well as children of the middle school ages. When you think of children who are brothers and sisters, and it shows some of the dynamics between the brother and sister relationship, and I think it's a fun book to read as well.
Well, it sounds like a fun book to read. What do your grandkids think of the book?
Actually, they love the book, and when I first had the book published and it was in its actual form of reading, Dallas actually read the book to Trini. We were in a restaurant, and he started reading the book, and at the end, it talks about how Grandma Mattie was a wonderful grandmother, and she would always be remembered in their hearts and in their minds. And he really couldn't get the last paragraph out. He more or less choked up. But as he was reading what happened on the train, Trini thought that that was not an accurate event. So she said, "That's not true. That didn't happen." So he had to break it down, you know, in brothers' terms. He had to break it down and say, "Trini, this is not a true story. This is just make-believe. Grandma wrote this book as a make-believe book." But they both enjoy it, and they took it to their schools, and we're trying to get it into the library at the school that they attend.
Oh, that is just wonderful. I can imagine what it's like for them to see their name in print.
Yeah.
Tell us about the illustration. That's so fascinating. Can you tell us who did the illustrations for the book?
Sure, yeah. My oldest granddaughter, her name is Kiara LaCal Wells. She did the illustrations for the book. She attended University of Maryland as a graphic illustrator. Video photography was her major, and she never actually did any, I guess you would call, paintings of that type in terms of illustrations for books. But I asked her, I felt as though that was a talent that maybe she could probably identify with, and I sent her the book in just the manuscript form, and I asked her to use her imagination and draw and paint to the subject matter, and she did.
Oh, it is so wonderful to have all your grandchildren involved in your project.
Thank you.
Understand that a portion of the proceeds will go to Gateway for Cancer Research. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly. When I wrote the book, I wrote it because I wanted to bring an awareness to the cancer of ovarian cancer. And I wanted women to know that it is a silent killer. And when the symptoms have really manifested, the disease has really progressed, and that's what happened to Grandma Mattie. So because I wanted to acknowledge her in the best way that I could, and also, as I stated early, to keep the memory of her alive, I called the Gateway to Cancer Research, and I came to that particular agency because my husband was actually going back and forth to the cancer treatment centers in Philadelphia, and I learned of that particular funding agency through the Cancer Research Center. And I called and I told them what I wanted to do, and they were actually phenomenal. They created the website as a link for my book, so you can get my book on my own website as well as through the Gateway for Cancer Research, which has allowed me to use them to use for donations.
Okay, now if anyone wants to donate to the cause, you can go to www.gatewayforcancerresearch.org, and that will also be on the site. Also, we'll have posted the symptoms to look for ovarian cancer. Glenora, it was so very nice that you came to be with us today. Before we leave, can you tell us where can you get the book?
Thank you. The book can be purchased through Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. It can actually be purchased through Kindle Reader. It can be purchased at any bookstore. You can go into the bookstore and ask for the book, and they will actually order the book for you. I carry copies of the book myself. And it's even now, well, I know one of my books was at Coppins Bookstore, so I was in the process of getting that at Coppins Bookstore as well.
Okay, and also you will be able to get this from this website. We appreciate you coming and joining us today. And but we are out of time now. So this is not just a author, but she's also a good friend of mine. She's my double-digit friend. And we coined that phrase, double-digit. Anyone over 10 years go into the double-digit category. We also call each other money. That came from...
We call each other money because Valerie has so much that she just has so
I wouldn't
much
say
to share.
that.
But it's been a pleasure. I'm proud of what you do, and you've been a friend for life, and through the thick and the thin, and the good and the bad, and so it's been an honor.
Yeah, not only has it been an honor for you, but it's been a real honor for me. I mean, she has done very well in her personal life, and her business life, and in her spiritual life, and we appreciate you. And now that we are out of time, thank you very much for tuning into our website, and have a blessed week.
Mama Val, she has the answers.